Hey everybody, welcome to Walkabout Europe. I'm Zilla Blitz. We've got a big episode for you today. We're playing Young Boys away on their turf, but if we win, we'll host the third title championship in St. Gallen's more than 100-year history. Doesn't get much bigger than this. We'll also talk a little bit about our exercise circle and see how we're doing for a potential move in the future. Connected to that, we'll ponder the future of our existence at St. Gallen. Should we stay or should we go? Is it time to move on? This and more in the next episode of Walkabout Europe. I hope you'll stick around. It should be a fun one. Hey everybody, let's jump right in and take a look at our results because we want to get to the match as quickly as we can. Few things to cover beforehand though. Since we were last together, things have been okay. Not perfect, but pretty good. Of course, we lost 3-1 to get knocked out of the Europa League the last time we were together. We've only had 4 matches since then, all of them in the league, and we've won 3 out of 4. Big 2-1 win against Basel right after our loss in Europa League. Then a disastrous 4-3 loss to Lausanne Sport. Very unusual. Our goalkeeper was awful, and it makes me wonder. I'm not sure what you think, but here's our goalkeeper. Let me just find him here for you. Andre Kolar. He's played really well for the course of the season, but he does have this dreaded, doesn't enjoy big matches a little icon. And before the match that we played, when we lost 4-3 to Lausanne, we had that whole, this is a big match, and if you win, we qualify for Europe kind of thing like that. I'm starting to think that icon has a big influence on how people play because he was absolutely terrible that match. Now, since then, we've settled down. Although we played the last place league in the team and only beat them 1-0, that wasn't too good. Then we played Zurich and we outplayed them pretty well, but we could only put 1 goal in the net. So still, 2 1-0 victories. I'll take them, but we haven't looked that strong in our last 3 matches. And today, up against the Young Boys, we're going to need our best because they've been playing very well. If we look at the standings here now and just to kind of take a look to see how things are looking, the 3 out of 4 wins have allowed us to keep pace with Young Boys, and it's allowed us to pull ahead by Luzerne. Even though they're even with us on points, we have a game in hand on them. So that puts us 15 points up, 6 matches to go. It's a pretty tough lead to imagine us losing. But Young Boys have played really well. I mean, they've won 4 out of 5, but before that, they haven't lost for quite a while. So they are red hot. Now, if we were to win or draw today, if we were to win today, we've got the title outright. If we were to draw, we would have 15-point lead with 5 matches to go. Technically, if we lost all our matches and Young Boys won all their matches, and Young Boys was able to pick up and close up on a 32 goal differential, they would win the title. So even a draw kind of seals the deal for us. I mean, it's looking pretty inevitable, right? I mean, all we have to do really is win 1 of our last 6 matches and not lose our games like 5-0. So, and Young Boys has to win everything. So it's looking pretty good that we're going to get a title at some point and maybe today. So that's good news. With that being said, the next question that starts to get is how are we looking for the future? And that, of course, hinges on the miles that we've walked in our walkabout miles. Because if you're not familiar with the save, we can only move to a new club in this save when we've walked the equivalent distance and exercised the equivalent distance in real life. So how does that circle look? Now, what I've done is I've taken all the distance that we had before we had left over when we moved to St. Gallen. I chopped out those month and about 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks that I wasn't active in the save, and we discounted all of those miles, and I only counted the miles since Monday. So let's take a look at our circle and see what it looks like at this point in time. So let's refresh ourselves on where we are with the circle. This is the circle as of today. I've added in the 4 days already for this week that I've exercised, which has been pretty good. I think 26 miles or something like that. So a good start to this week to refresh the exercise. We've added on to the miles that we had before we took that month-long break. This is pretty much the leftover miles we had when we moved to St. Gallen, plus the ones we've picked up in our season here. It's a pretty good circle, huh? I mean, we just reached Frankfurt, so we got there. We've got Munich, Stuttgart. Down in Italy, we got Milan. Should get to Genoa pretty soon. Bologna, Venice. Reaching into Paris, not too many options. We'd have to probably stay another season for that. But if we look closely, it's kind of going further. If we were to stay another season, we'd reach up into that industrial belt around Dortmund, Belgium, Netherlands, maybe Paris if we really moved around. We'd get a lot more Italian cities down south too, reaching Florence, San Marino. Oh, maybe even Rome's a little bit of a stretch, isn't it? But anyway, that brings us to the question, what do we do at the end of this season? And I think we'll kind of let it play out a little bit and see what it looks like. But we do have some options to consider. Let's chat about those for a second. So yeah, that brings us to the big question is what do you think we should, and so I'd love to hear what people think. What do you think we should do next season? Now, we could conceivably, I'm thinking we're going to win the league title, the Raiffeisen Super League title. We're still active in the Schweizer Cup final. We could get a double. If we win that, so we're in the semifinal there. We also, as by the way, we play Young Boys again in 3 days. So I have toned down our lineup a little bit because I think we're going to win the title in the league anyway. And I really want to put our best team on the pitch on Wednesday when we come back to the Cup semifinal against Young Boys again. So we're going a little soft to have everybody fresh for Wednesday's match. But we could get a double. Now, if we get a double in our first season here and we win the league by 15 points, should we stay and play here again? Or should we leave? I mean, we'll talk a little bit more about it, I think, in our season wrap episode, but I'd be curious to hear what you think. One of the things I realized, too, is that as we get further into the save, the number of teams we really want to move to is getting to be less and less. For example, if we look at the league table right now, where is that? I want to look at Club Info, maybe. Home, is that it? Where's the one that has maybe St. Gallen? No. Anyway, I can tell you. The Raiffeisen Super League, the top league here in Switzerland, is the 10th ranked league in Europe. So that means, if we think we want to go to a better league, right? We really could go to the top league in the Netherlands, top league in Germany, top league in France, Italy, and then Belgium would be one that ranks above us. So really we're looking at 5 leagues. So instead of picking from maybe 200 clubs, 300 clubs that we could go to, we're probably picking from like 80 or so. And of those 80, how many are going to be hiring managers at the end of this season? And how many could we realistically get jobs at? And how many are going to be within our circle of movement? So we might only have like 2 or 3 places we really might say, yeah, we'd probably want to go there. So I don't know. Maybe we need to stay another year here. And I think, actually, honestly, I think next year could be challenging because Young Boys have injected a ton of cash. They had a new manager this year. Their first half of the season was bad. They've been red hot the second half of the season. And honestly, a lot of our players are peaking and they're starting to go down. We're kind of like 30s, 31, 32, 33. So we'd have like a half dozen players that I think we'd need to replace at the end of the season to keep up the level of play we've been at this year. But anyway, we'll dig more into those details, I think, at our season wrap episode. But I'd be curious to hear what people think right now. Like, is it time to go if we have a double, if we win the league? Do we stay? Anyway, let me know what you think. And with that being said, there's not much has happened league-wise or team-wise since then, other than kind of the matches that we played. Let's jump into our match. We're going to go right in and play Young Boys here. So we are pretty much all set to go. Redan, who is on the bench as a striker, is going to sit today while Anderson plays. I may bring Redan on if we need him later. Anderson's play has fallen off considerably over the past month or so. Other than that, we're going to play a lot of our basic starters, but I'm thinking I might take out like Mason to keep him fresh for Wednesday. Pusic, I might take him out to keep him fresh for Wednesday. And some of these other players, maybe pull a defender. We can make 5 substitutions, which embarrassingly, I hate to say this, I didn't really realize that until the midpoint in the season. I thought we could only make 3 subs. So literally for half the season, I was only making 3 subs. And I realized finally, somewhere around January, that, you can make 5 subs. You have 3 total moves, but you can move 5 players with those 3 moves. So, yeah. Brilliant mind here. Stunning intellect and master of Swiss football. Anyway, let's jump in now. I think it's time to get started. There's not too much. A lot of these names are familiar. Grunverde is going to be on the bench today because I'm saving him for Wednesday. Valentine Pedersen is going to start instead, but I'm going to move some bodies in and out. My goal is to not have some of our better players not play 90 minutes. So I think we're set. I'm going to talk to the players and we're going to jump out on the pitch and see if we can hoist a trophy today. Exciting times. See you in a sec. Alrighty, here we go. We are underway, and it goes straight to the details. We're on key highlights here. We're using our standard 4-2-3-1 with the balanced formation. We're playing really high up the pitch, hoping to keep pressure on. Other than that, not too much to say here. 10 minutes, been pretty quiet here. Our front 4 are not starting off well. Their 6.7s have dropped to 6.6. 15 minutes in, they haven't got a shot. We've got one. I like to see if we can go positive here. And let's shout out some encouragement. Hopefully they can hear us in this packed Young Boys Stadium. First place against second place. I mean, this is a pretty big match. We have no highlights today. Maybe I know some jokes. Okay, everybody's excited. 24 minutes in. This is just fascinating stuff. Don't leave yet. Don't head for the exits. 3 shots. It's time to be encouraging again. And I'm wondering, I'm going to take a second and take a look at the tactics here and see if I can think of something here that's going to spark some shots or some highlights here. Yeah, in the end, I decided not to. We're just going to say, let's go. Come on, boys, let's get this going. 33 minutes in. I feel like it's broken. There was an update a couple of days ago. I don't know what it was updating this late in the cycle, but Anderson's at a 6.5. 40 minutes in, we've yet to have a highlight. 10 shots total between both teams. Let's try some early crosses, just because we have Anderson, who's really tall. He can mash the ball in. Maybe that'll get us something going here. Here we go. Bona down in their end, throws it in. We're in the white and green, by the way. Young boys in the mustard colored. Bona flips it in front. Saifu tips it around. Gortler regathers the ball. Mason picks it up. Back to Gortler. To Klockner, into Anderson. Feeds it to Saifu. Shot saved by Pius. Well, we get a highlight. That brings the crowd to life. A little bit of excitement. A thrilling first half. 7 shots. We have an XG of 0.59. I don't know why we didn't get more highlights. I'm going to go talk to them, and then we'll see you for the second half here. All right, I made 2 subs at halftime, bringing on Grunvert, FM Greeno's nephew, to wing back on the left side, and then bringing in Redan at striker to see if we can get some offense going with him working up top there. Now, Pusic is at a 6.6, and he has not played well over the last few days here. 55 minutes in, we're generating nothing. 9 shots to 6. I mean, I like where we're sitting. Our XG is twice as high. Let's do a little bit more. How about a demand more? Will that freak everybody out? Lose us the title here? Ugh! Gortler and Klockner are not happy. Okay, it did not work. I know we need to encourage him too. 66 minutes in, we've had 1 highlight. Everybody is depressed. Can we do some encouragement now? Oh, we still can't. Come on, boys. Okay, 70 minutes. Let's make some subs. I'll be right back. All right, we're going to sub out Pusic to keep him fresh for next week. We brought him in Failer, and then we subbed out our attacking midfielder, center attacking midfielder. Hilsager with the corner. Knocked away. Let's get it. Bona slides up, our blindingly fast right back. Mason picks up the ball. He has been our star at deep-lying midfielder. Gortler finds Hilsager to Mason, finds Bona, cuts in. Can he get it in front? Good draw. We've drawn a lot of fouls in the box too. Especially it seems like in this version that the outside backs really give away a lot of fouls, in the box. Failer shoots. Oh, I thought he had it. 15 minutes to go. We'll make one more sub, our last sub with 10 minutes to go. I think now, we got a highlight for them. Rutrow. Come on, give it away. Give it away. We're good at picking the ball off. They have yet to have a highlight, haven't they? With 7-8 minutes to go. Tipped. Good. Gortler picks it up. This might be our highlight. Mason breaks out. Gortler with space. Fumbles around with it. Hilsager. Fresh legs. Klockner comes in front. That's a foul. Oh. Is that the highlight? Bona goes around him. Eludes his man. In front. Tapped in. Knocking on the door. It's getting positive here. Let's get a goal. They got the flares going right by us to try to distract us. Hilsager. Gosh darn it. Come on, boys. Still driving in another corner. Flurry of offensive activity here. Beats it short. Nothing going. I think I got the wrong forward on our corners there. Hilsager comes in front. Gortler tips it around. Gosh, we're just batting the ball around in there. Okay, 10 minutes. I'm going to make one more stub. We're up to 16 shots now with an XG of 1.86, and we still don't have a goal. Gortler's out of gas. Let's sub him out. Okay, Giagietto, come on in. That's our last sub. Let's give him a team talk here. Pump fists. I have faith in you. Make a difference. Confirm sub. It's looking good right now. 10 minutes to go. Let's go. Fresh legs at midfield. Let's win a championship. Sorensen has a card. Let's give him ease off tackles. And can we encourage people again one more time? Yes, encourage the entire team. I feel let's get a goal, a dramatic goal to give us, what the heck? He's not supposed to be a wing. That's not right. You're supposed to be an inverted winger. That's why we're not getting any goals. Dummy manager. Okay. I mean, a tie. 4 minutes to go. Do we go attacking? Fortune favors the bold, right? Let's do it. Let's go attacking. Let's win a title right here, right now. The last minute. Come on, boys. 3 minutes, 4 minutes. God, nothing, is it? That wasn't very exciting. I was expecting more drama. I mean, a draw against them on the road, but gosh, we had 17 shots. We thought we'd get beaten today. Well done for proving them wrong. Great result. Really? We actually were not favorites today. That's kind of, I think they have better. Let's do that. Outstretched. Let's just do no gesture, though. That's a little bit inspired and motivated. Continue. Well, then. No title celebration for us today, but it comes down to a 32-goal differential that we're relying on. So I think things are looking pretty good for us here. Anyway, I'm guessing. So here's what I'm thinking for what we'll do going forward. I was hoping to have a super happy highlight, let's lift the title, but I'm going to go forward and play the cup semifinal. If we make it through that, I think what I might do is come back for the cup final for one more match this year, and we'll talk about the league trophy, kind of what we're going to do, and we'll do the season wrap then too. If we get knocked out in the semifinal, then I'll probably skip that. Go to the end of the season, we'll talk about a season wrap and look back on the season here. But I was hoping for big party time today. We just didn't get it. Sorry, everybody. When's the last time we didn't score a goal? Oh, Roma, a month ago. No big deal, I guess. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back at some point in the future, depending how things go in the semifinal. Maybe we'll come back for one more match at the end of the year against Basel to wrap things up and talk about it, kind of a victory lap if we get there. But it's looking pretty good. 15 matches to go, 15-point lead, and a 32-goal lead in goal differential. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you've got thoughts, ideas, and what we should do at the end of the season, I'd love to hear them. We also, at the next match, we're going to take a look at the guess the point total competition. So far, still, we have the same leaders, looking like we're going to get about 80 points, so this will bring it down. So maybe it comes down to FM Digi, I think might be the one who's on top there. Not quite sure. We'll check as we come to the end there. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day, everybody. See you again.